I've been working at Dairyqueen for almost 10 years, so I know a lot of old menu items. A customer ordered a Jack and Jill sundae, and usually if I don't know what something is, I can figure out how to make it based on the name or at least recommend something similar, but I had no idea what this was. I looked it up, and it's a sundae with hot fudge on one side and marshmallow on the other that was on the menu in the 60s. Here's the original poster for it. I almost didn't make this special order cake. Some Dairy Queens have special printers that use edible ink on edible paper to print a custom designer picture. This customer wanted a Cobra Kai logo with a happy birthday message. I made the ice cream part of the cake, but when it came time to decorate, my edible image printer didn't want to work, of course. I didn't want to disappoint the customer, so I went to plan B. We have a copy cake, which is like an old school projector where you can put an image in the top and it projects it underneath. The shadow of my hand kept getting in the way, so I couldn't really see where I was tracing, and it took a while, but I finally got all the lines and details on there. I finished it off with the message in a blue border, and even though it's not exactly what they ordered, I hope they still like it because the most popular old menu item was an Oreo brownie earthquake. Dairy Queen came out with a newer version of it called the Brownie and Oreo Confection, which is pretty much the same. It still has marshmallow and Oreos, but they're using chocolate syrup instead of hot fudge, and the brownie that goes on top is just slightly different. Don't get me wrong, the confection is really good, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Today we're making a sour blizzard inspired by Danny's personality. Sour Punch Bites are my top 3 favorite candy, right up there with dark chocolate and yellow Starburst. Look at those perfect rolls. I like sour candy, but I don't like it mixed with ice cream, especially if it's gummies, because then they get all hard. Dairy Queen actually used to have a Sour Patch Kids Blizzard that was mixed with the sour raspberry flavoring. Honestly though, it didn't really sell that well, so I doubt they'll bring it back. Here's another old menu item called the Peanut Butter Bash. It starts out with hot fudge and peanut butter sauce in the bottom of a sundae cup. Then we add 7 ounces of vanilla soft serve and top it with more peanut butter, hot fudge, and chocolate chunks. Although it's not on the menu anymore, we can still make it because we have all of these ingredients in store. If your local DQ doesn't know it by name, just order a hot fudge and peanut butter sundae with chocolate chunks on top. Leave a comment and let me know what I should make next. In case you guys didn't know, it's the 4th of July. It's also a really hot day in Michigan today, but my stores are open, so if you guys are looking for something to do with your family or friends before you watch fireworks or whatever tonight, come by and see me. I'll be at the store on Shelby Road until 10. A customer came in to get a birthday cake today and asked if I could write Happy Birthday Candace on top, but Candace was spelled C-A-N-D-U-S, which I thought was interesting because I've never seen that spelling before. I'm always afraid I'm going to spell names wrong on cakes, even when I double and triple check. Is there anyone here that has a pretty common name but unique spelling? I have 30 minutes to decorate 3 cakes. These are for my coworker's baby shower. Yes, this is actual cake, not ice cream, and no, Dairy Queen does not sell this. I just hate baking. I don't have the time or patience for it, so I went to Kroger and bought plain cakes to decorate myself. This isn't for a customer or anything. I'm not charging her for it, and I never claim for them to be homemade, so don't come for me. Anyways, I mixed up this cute teal color to base ice the cakes in, and I normally don't do a base layer on ice cream cakes, so I got it as smooth as I could. And Dylan taught me the best decorating hack ever, so I had a full piping bag with a coupler inside of it already, but I decided to use a larger Wilton 1M tip. So instead of making a new bag, you just slide the full one into another bag with the bigger tip. So I used my favorite sprinkles, got a border on there, and then for decorating, I just tried to match the writing that was on the invitation. I really like when people bring in invitations or party favors to match because it kind of gives me something to go off of. I added some sports-themed decorations on top, and I'm actually really happy with how they turned out, considering the fact that making a cake based off the color of my nails part 6. I wanted something a little more simple this time, so I got red with some gold details. For the cake, I chose red frosting for the border and these sugar flowers on top. Then I finished it off with some gold sprinkles.
Wanted something a little more plain for fall, so I just got brown chips. The colors kind of reminded me of coffee, and what gives off fall vibes better than a pumpkin spice latte? I actually tried one for the first time this year, and I wasn't a huge fan, but the cake is still cute. I didn't really think that last video was controversial or expect for it to blow up like it did, but here's another sports themed cake, and I made it green this time. Also, I know I'm the worst at posting consistently on here, but I've just been super busy working. I've still been filming here and there, I just hardly have any free time to actually edit and post it. but I was given the opportunity to do some training at a Dairyqueen in Colorado for the next 3 weeks. So in terms of content, you'll probably just see me posting a lot of drafts because I'm not really sure what my schedule looks like there yet. And I was thinking about filming some vlogs, so let me know if you would be interested if I made a YouTube channel, and if so, what type of content would you like to see more of?
If you couldn't tell by now, Brian and I are both very competitive, so here's yet another contest. This time me and their cake decorator Kaylin each made a cake with a floral design. She's been at Dairyqueen for 6 years now and is super talented. The first flower I could think of was a sunflower, so that's what we're going with. I used parchment paper to cut out a cloud design and then airbrushed over it in layers to get the sky effect. At this point, Kaylin was almost done with her cake already, so I had to hurry up and get the flowers on there. I made 4 stems, added all the petals, airbrushed the middle orange, and then scooped some brown jimmies in the center for the seeds. My favorite color is green, so I used that to make the borders. Kaylin went a different route with her cake and made a bunch of pink and white roses and chrysanthemums. Hers is super elegant and pretty and honestly would make a good Valentine's Day gift. I tagged their account, so like and comment and let us know which is your favorite. Yes, Dairyqueen has chocolate soft serve. In fact, I've never seen a Dairyqueen that didn't have it. But people comment on my videos a lot and say that their local Dairyqueen doesn't have chocolate. This was my favorite thing to get as a kid, and I would always get mine dipped in the chocolate hard shell too. We carry chocolate, cherry, and butterscotch cone dip year-round at my stores, and I'm just now learning from your comments that not every Dairyqueen does this. We had cotton candy dip for a limited time last summer, and we're actually getting a new flavor this year. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you guys that, so I'm going to keep the flavor a secret for now. But this is the butterscotch cone dip, which is different than the sundae topping, and we do have dilly bars as well.
For everyone who doesn't work for their family's business, let me enlighten you on my own. If someone can't make their shift, I almost always have to cancel my own plans to cover it. I'm always dropping off supplies when we're low. I decorate cakes at 5:30 in the mornings almost every day, and my parents have extremely high expectations of me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love working for my family, truly, and I wouldn't have it any other way, but please do not accuse me of things before you understand that there are always pros and cons to working with a family business. I work very hard and owe a lot to my parents, so I would never take advantage of them or the business.